I'm starting to enjoy a habit, sort of. I desire more, but I'm enjoying the approach to the habit of being able to find a nice park, to get some stick exercise in. As you can see, I got them right here. All three, 5, 6, 7 feet sticks. I kind of want more, but I'll live with what I got. Oh, I see Mike Stevens got the lips picture there. So I do upper body in the parks more. I'm not saying this is exclusive. Oh, and there's the ID. Thank you for showing your ID, Zapton. Unlike Mike, who doesn't have that kind of respect for me, can't show me his ID on his profile. But that's fine. You do you. And I don't exclusively focus on legs for the library. I'm saying that in the title, but it's not exclusive. But it's a lot easier to do lower body in the library now with my, well, uh yeah, strap. I kind of want more of these straps. There it is. I just, you know how many times I went back and forth sewing this strap. It's a 10-foot length strap that I sew the ends to. I just ate, so I'm going to be burping a lot. I'm trying to eat pineapple. I'm just today. I'm gonna get into pineapple more to try to control my burping. Fresh pineapple, maybe that could help. But I just ate some and I'm still burping. So maybe I gotta have it. Maybe I gotta give it more time, more weeks. But I sewed this strap like 3 different times over the past 10 years, 3 or 4. It started out as a loop, as this 10-foot loop sewed together, and then it's 5 feet when I do this. 5 feet. The feeling in my mouth changes. It's like eating pine. If you ever have pine sap in your mouth, pineapple is a mild form of having pine sap in your mouth, that weird feeling. But it's pineapple, not pine, so it's different. And it's from the tropics. No, I don't think it's seatbelt material. Yeah, you can see it's got grooves on it. No, seatbelt is more slippery. I've gotten seatbelt material. Yeah, I like this because it's more grippy. It has more of a grip. I bought seatbelt material from strapworks.com, based in Salem, Oregon. They're a website company that sells straps. And they have this bargain bin where they'll just sell all kinds of various types of straps of different lengths. They have a bargain bin. I bought the bargain bin before and I bought this exclusive. I bought this from a military surplus store in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, back in 2008, and it's still going strong. Still going strong. It's from 2008. I don't really stress it out a lot though. It's been off and on for me. But yeah, I've played with a lot of different straps. And 2 inches, I mean, if I had 3 inches or 4 inches, I'd be very interested too. But 2 inches is the minimum, okay? 2 inches. You can see it's the width of my thumb. 2 inches is the minimum I want to use for leg work. I would not want, you don't use rope, you don't use paracord, you don't use any narrow any narrow straps. 1 inch is too narrow. You want 2 inches. So it doesn't cut into your skin. 2 inches is a nice wide width that doesn't cut into your skin as you're resisting against it. So I'll do leg exercises. Mostly it's the knee squats. And I know I'm changing or kind of improving the structure of the strength around the knee by doing the knee squats. I do 2 exercises in the library, primarily leg exercises, that I can use a strap with at the desk, in between sitting. I can't, and I noticed yesterday, I can't just sit on my knees all day. I have to get up every so often, change up the positioning. You sit on your knees all day, you start losing blood circulation to your knees. So, and I can resist a long time now. I can resist for minutes against the strap doing the knee squats for minutes and minutes. It gets to the point where it's more a matter of losing blood circulation to my knees, sitting there in that fixed position. I'm trying to struggle a little bit harder, but I've regained the strength in my legs enough for the knee squats. I try to be very sneaky about doing the knee squats at the library. I make sure I sit in places where people can't really see me. They have to like go out of their way to see me. I don't want to just start doing it. But I'm using a black strap. I got black pants, sort of dark blue, so it's not so easy to see me doing these squats. All right, these are wrapped around my legs, and people really can't tell. When they might think, oh, this guy's a little weird getting on his knees at the desk on his computer. That might look a little weird, but they don't notice. It's hard to notice. It's hard to notice a black strap around my knees. So I think I can get away with it in a lot of places. I don't think I could get away with doing my strap squats, though, the bigger one where I stand up and squat. I'm limited to 2 exercises, and that's the knee squats and then the table stance. So I'm working the knee strength, getting that strength up to try to fix my knee, which it's doing better. All right, but there's still improvement to be made. I was suffering for over a year and not knowing what to do with this knee problem. And still, even after taking away a lot of the pain, I go for a little bit of a run, just like real short distance, maybe 200 yards. And I start noticing a little bit of pain in my left knee again. So I'm not strengthening it enough with the knee squats. And then I always test out stepping up on a picnic table, and I noticed that there's just a slight bit of pain still in the knee. Yeah, it's not incredible pain. I won't buckle as easily. My knee won't buckle as easily. So there's that. I have, at least if I'm gonna have the pain, at least I want to build up enough strength to deal with the buckling issue. Have some strength as a backup. Strength can kind of lead to like recovery, but it's not. Yeah, I'll still have the pain, but if I can build up strength, that'll help me overcome the pain a little bit, and in dealing with the buckling. I can't stand the reduced mobility, and that's, I mean, I can walk flat surface no problem, but going up and down hills or whatever, It's not training the legs going up and down hills really isn't a great solution. It's Yeah, I've been neglecting being on my knees. If I had a bed or if I had a floor in this car that I could just kind of sprawl out on, I would be doing more knee exercises. But instead I'm sitting, as a car camper in this fixed position a lot. So I'm not working my knees. They're getting weak. And I'm just in this position, and it's not good. A lot of car campers are going to suffer weak knees. I believe there's a high probability that car campers out there tend to have weak legs, tend to have weak knees, rounded shoulders, all the problems associated with this sitting issue. Car campers, people who live in the confined space dwellers. So I can at least find some places to exercise outside of the car to try to work with this. And I put in my best effort yesterday to do knee squats as often as I could, because it rained overnight. The ground is all wet. So I'm not going to be doing any knee squats outside. I have carpets I can lay down, but the water does soak through a little bit in the carpets. I can layer a few carpets to slow down the soaking through, but it still happens. Even though they're rubber bottoms, they still get the soaking through. But I have a better chance to be able to do knee squats. And it's not like I'm really grunting and making facial expressions and doing a lot of movements. I'm just holding it in that isometric position against the strap. Holding it, trying to do a very little movement if I feel there's people who might detect me. I don't care if the cameras see me. It's more in-person alertness that I'm worried about. If I'm right in front of a camera, I don't like it, but I can't really do anything about that. They and the librarians do watch. Okay, you can't they don't put up those cameras for the fun of it. They do watch. At one library, they told me they saw me doing some weird movements, and they thought I looked like a ghost because I was doing weird movements. And they said that they made that comment. I was outside the library at the time, but I'm doing the squats as often as I can, until I get tired, until the knees lose a little bit of blood circulation. Go back to sitting a little bit, then go back to squatting, and then every so often, it's a little more risky. And ideally, I'd like to do, and I try to do in the aisles more so in the between the books. I lie right on my back, like I'm sleeping. Okay, that what doesn't alert that's the activity that's going to alert everybody the most, is laying on my back, pressing my wrists against the floor, trying to tighten everything up. After sitting for so long. But you do that, and you're going to get a lot more attention. And I try to be even more sneaky. I would not do that, or I rarely do that where I'm sitting, where my computer is. I walk away, look for an aisle that I think is not going to be used as much. I look in between the shelves, see if there's any line of sight with anybody sitting around. There's a lot of planning that I got to do just to do basic exercises in the library, because right now, I couldn't just lay down. You can see there's water droplets on my window. I can't just lay down, and especially in the Walmart parking lot, you don't just lay down outside. All right, you got to find a nice isolated spot. And some people take it for granted. Well, it's not easy when you're a car camper. You got to be sneaky about these movements, these weird activities that can get people's attention, get them to call the cops on you or just harass you about that, saying, "Oh, that's not conduct you should be doing in public." You know, no, I've seen people sleeping in the library and stuff, but it really comes down to the attitude of the librarian. There's different attitudes at every library that you got to deal with. Some are aloof, some are highly sensitive. There's such a wide range, and I mean it takes time to figure out what type of people these librarians are at each library. I'm not. All I could do is observe. I'm not going to be questioning. I don't know how to. I don't have a line of questions for the librarians. And if you start asking them anything, they'll start getting suspicious of you anyway. So all you could do is observe. Be the new person and observe. Look for the quiet spots. Take advantage of them. And work with it. There's some libraries that there's nowhere I could do any kind of squatting or exercising. I look around and I just see they got everything in such an open area. I can't stand it, and I spend as little time at those highly public. You know, they got the table and chairs right next to the library circulation desk, or in the middle of the room, and it's just annoying. I like the sides, I like the walls, the corners, and the far end, furthest away from the library circulation desk, where I don't have to listen to them talking, and I can get some privacy to be able to act in movements, do different movements that are not normal in a library. Because it's not healthy just sitting and staring at the computer or whatever you're reading for hours and hours. You got to change up your movement every so often, and that's what I look for. And yeah, I had a good place kind of yesterday, but I mean I had this librarian far off in the distance who had this desk facing my way, and I'd see him looking at me, but they're so far away it's hard to tell if they're looking at me or reading something on their computer, because their computer is right there. So I sometimes try to create barriers, but I don't want to make the barriers too obvious. And I can make barriers a lot easier in the winter time with my winter jackets. Sprawl it out on a chair or something, so they can't see below the desk, and then they can't see that I struggle and strain a little bit against the strap. And I can do the table stands too. And I'm really getting into doing the table stands with the strap, because I'll put it across my chest and then I'll hold it with my hands. Okay, and I can resist against the strap with my hip. And so I'm working my butt muscles, I'm working the back of the leg, and the lower back too. And I got a position that this strap stops me in. It's not a free range motion, and it feels great to have resistance, especially on the top. If I try to bounce up, my hands will slip with this strap. So I got to be careful, even though this has got a bit of a grip to it. And 5 feet is almost perfect. It could be shorter, so I do have to cinch up a little bit. But it's nice to do that exercise too, because not only am I working the front of the legs doing the knee squats, but I'm working the rear parts of the knee too, the rear part of the leg, doing the table stand with the strap. Using the same strap for 2 different exercises that are really rewarding. I'd say the side effects so far that I'm a little concerned about is my right shoulder seems to want to pop out a joint or something. And I know that's coming from doing the table stands. So it's a concern there to watch. I want to continue to do it and see how this develops. I don't know how much worse it can get. Maybe I can offset that by doing more push-ups with this with this over my back and then pushing against, maybe it could be I'm causing a strength imbalance. So, and I kind of, this is all the further I can get. Just even on a free flow, I can only, my elbow is bent up just a little, so I can't do a full push up. I just do a short range, but that'll tighten up the shoulders that way against the strap to reverse the table stand stuff to help maybe keep the shoulder in a proper alignment. But even though it's like I could be doing a straight I could be straining the shoulder a lot by doing the table stands with the strap and all that at the library, but I think a lot of my stick exercise with the crucifixion movement, I'm building up the shoulder strength in a way that can overcome the deficits that might be caused by the table stands. I think I might be balancing things out. I'm not sure. I want to play with this more. I want to overdo it. I want to push it over and as much as I can, to the point where I start seeing side effects come out. I'm not experiencing side effects. I'm not doing it hard enough. I'm not doing it well. The shoulders, I just felt it a little bit. The shoulder's a little off, but it's minor. I think that's minor, and I want to overdo it to see what problems can develop. I want to push it as hard as I can, as much as I can. I pushed the stick walking so hard that I developed a ton of different problems with that, and that was kind of enjoyable. I kind of liked doing the stick walking, but it developed problems for me, and I want to see what problems I can develop with this crucifixion stick exercises. I'm not feeling any problems yet, so I want to push it more. I just want to keep pushing it and seeing what problems can develop. None really. I've only experienced benefits. It could be because I can do such a variety of exercises with the sticks that I'm changing up the movement so much that it's balanced. It was not balanced with just doing stick walking. That was too fixed of a movement exercise, just only working upper body, neglecting the legs. I think that's part of the reason why my knee was going bad. I was and my chest and back and everything was going, the breathing problems, the digestion issues. A lot of that was that fixed position, trying to focus more on the upper body, neglecting my lower body, not doing any real other exercises to counteract, to balance everything. So I've largely abandoned stick walking, but it's still an option for rough terrain. Of course, it's very useful to have stick in rough terrain. So I balance out leg exercises at the library where I have a guaranteed dry floor, but I don't have guaranteed privacy. And do stick exercises. I can't bring a stick into the library, so I do stick exercises at parks. That's the main focus. Upper body work in parks and lower body work in libraries. That's the balancing act I'm doing. I'm not doing it. I don't feel I'm doing it enough either, because I'm not feeling side effects. I'm not getting real growth. My gut's still hanging out. I'd like to tighten things up more. And I feel like, there's times where I have energy where I can really push it. And I sometimes don't have the opportunity, or sometimes I just don't even take advantage. It's something just to figure out. But my fitness journey is a lot different than a lot of other people. Okay, I got different priorities. I got different things I got to consider. So I guess that's it. Con's dad. You've been on YouTube since 2013. So I guess I don't know. I guess that's my presentation. I didn't want to make a too long of a video here. Nothing else to really report. I'm just wasting time too a little bit. I'm gonna drive south and want the well. This is supposed to be cloudy all day or something, but want to drive south, hang out at a park again, go to the next Walmart. Try to get some exercise at that park too, but it'll be mostly stick exercise since the ground is so wet. But yeah, straps and sticks. That's my exercise equipment. I dumped my 45-pound plates. I dumped something else too. Mainly those 45-pound plates. I had them for over a year, and then I just dumped them off at a Goodwill. I couldn't, and now I got the jump box, which I haven't been using much lately because when I started using my jump box, my knee started hurting again. So I have to focus on knee squats so I can jump again. I really enjoy it. I enjoy jumping, but I want to be able to do it pain-free. Nobody will hassle you for exercise, not bothering. Yeah, I don't bother anybody. I bother people by them seeing me exercise. That's the thing. They're wondering, what's that guy doing? Acting all crazy, expending their energy in public, making me anxious seeing that. You know, it's you got to do exercise in private. Are you gonna hold up? No, I'm not holding up anywhere. I'm continuing to move. You don't hold up at living in your car. Who holds up living in their car anywhere? You just got to keep moving. So yeah, I'm only moving like 15 miles south of here from what I see. There's this weird grocery store I want to record on for my other channel a little bit. Some Mennonite grocery store. They got some rules. I looked at pictures on Google Maps. It's weird. But this isn't a vlog. I'm just talking about my exercise plan, so I'm going to stick with that. So I'm going to stop this. And yeah, thanks for visiting.